like, is that something you could really handle? If this woman is sitting in front of you and she's saying, yeah, I got a whole book of men that I've been involved with.
Not a novel of men.
I said a book.
I don't know if it's like War and Peace. I don't know. That
that chick is worn out. She done laid that thing all the way down.
But I'll tell you, I think.
So here's the thing.
Hey everybody.
Yes, and we've been getting a lot of feedback from some of our viewers, and they want some advice, especially relationship advice. So coming up, I've always gone to my older cousin, who's always given me great advice, and now Toya actually talks to Ronald about different things, and he's giving her good advice. So we're bringing Ronald to you. With his wisdom, and comedic approach, it definitely gets across, and you don't feel judged after talking to him. So that's always a perk. Nobody feels like being judged.
Right, that's for sure.
Nobody wants to do that. So anyway,
that's for sure.
Hey Ron.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. I like your shirt, God plus therapy, because that's what we all need.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You need that combination. It's like a package.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the total package.
Right.
One of my former athletes, when I coached at VCU. He's a mental health therapist, man of God, so he just combined the two.
Cool. Nice. So where can I get one of those shirts?
Well, I'll let you know. It's at his Instagram. I'll give you that.
Yes, I do. I definitely like that.
I like what he says.
Because I've been practicing that a whole lot more lately. So it's definitely good.
Especially being home lately with the pandemic, you're thinking more and processing things more.
Yeah.
So
a lot of time for self-reflection.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. But God plus therapy will get you right for sure. That's the best combination.
I think so.
So, also while we're home, with trying to deal with these relationship things and just reevaluating truly, like where do we stand, what are we doing, where are we, and I think sometimes as women we tend to overthink things, and we're always wondering, like, well, what is he thinking, why did he do that, why didn't he do this, what am I doing, what am I not doing, and I think that's just human nature for us to kind of second guess ourselves. So it's always good when we can get the male perspective, even if it's not from the male that we're involved with.
It's like a little insight.
Inside the mind of the man.
Yeah, he's our inside.
So, Ronald, you're going to speak for the men today.
He's our inside.
You repping the men today. Represent them right now.
Never lose my voter registration card.
Remote.
Right. No, but just to piggyback on what you said, I mean, it's. I think both men and women think, and overthink rather. They really do. I think women show it on their sleeves a little bit more.
Oh, right. Right.
And that's, so you kind of get that. You get the headline.
Yeah.
Oh my God, But as guys, men, we think as well. We process. We just don't. A lot of times we don't share. We don't share. And it's just a double standard, and it's quicker to be like write it off versus really address the issue.
Because you're not as willing to deal with it. Or talk it through.
Yeah, probably more or less talk it through.
You don't want to unpack your feelings. You
right.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And walk around with this heavy luggage.
Yeah, well,
Or as I refer to it, my feelings box. So, when I get in my feelings box, that's when I'm pulling out, well, why is this? And well, what about this? And do you like me? And, it's my feelings box. And sometimes I just want to put the box in the attic and I don't even want to touch it.
I like things to be somewhat easy. After working all day, sometimes you just don't want to come home to another workout, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
For sure.
So I just like things to be some transparent.
Right.
I appreciate transparency. And let's just look, if it's an issue, if it's this, talk to me. Unpack here.
Right.
I think, even from a male perspective too, it's honestly, this is coming from me.
Okay.
So,
well, you are male.
Right.
But I think a lot of times women can make men seem a lot more complex
than what they really are.
Than what things really are.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it's just it's we can operate as basically black and white, and when so I think sometimes you get kind of caught up in that, trying to figure it out, and sometimes it's really not that. You reading in between the lines instead of just reading what's on the lines. Just read the lines.
Yeah, as Dr. Seuss put it, the most complicated question has a very simple answer.
He's world renowned.
Right. He's teaching that to the children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's telling that to the children.
Exactly.
And I'm 40 years old, like, yeah, gotcha. Thank you, doctor. All right. Right, he know what he's talking about for sure. So we had some questions come in.
People actually reached out to us, and we invite you to do the same. So here's the first question. Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Right? I'm 30 from Richmond, Virginia. Okay, RVA.
Right.
I'm home more because of the pandemic, as we all are, girl. Is now the time to reach out to a former friend or family member? So what is she, like, bored? And
not is she bored
and wants to reach out?
Right.
Well, she's home more. She's
home,
thinking more.
And depending on the dynamics of the relationship or what happened.
Right.
Especially with the family member part. Maybe you're thinking, like, maybe I should try to reconcile this.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to get right with God and get right with others. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, well, maybe I should reach out to this person.
Right.
It's scary times. It's scary times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unknowns. This particular, crisis came on so fast, and everybody had to adjust. Whether if you had kids in school that aren't in school, whether you had to work from home, from wearing masks, losing jobs. Things happen so fast, and you really couldn't prepare for it. Right. So, I mean, as far as family, it could be the time to be like, okay, let's let bygones be bygones, and we're carrying around all this extra.
You got a real personal face going on.
Because I got a real personal situation when it comes to that. I think that. I mean,
we'll share.
No, I mean, I get it.
Unpack.
Yeah, I get it. But I also think that, again, depending on the situation, I don't know that there's a need to try to go back. Mm-hmm. Or even in going back, if there's a need or an opportunity for forgiveness, having the forgiveness there and extending that. But that doesn't mean we need to come back together. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to get back into a relationship and get back into this pattern. And so I think that there's always this, in the reach out, it's like, oh, you're trying to, come back into my life or whatever. And like, for me, once I do that disconnect, it's like I'm not trying to really reconnect with you. Okay. Like, I disconnected from you for a reason. Yeah. And times change and people change.
Right.
But I feel safer and I feel comfortable here. And so I've now changed the boundary with you. And even though you're family and we have that label, I'm just not interested in rehashing that relationship. Even during this time, if more than anything, I feel like this is now the time I need to protect my peace, and I don't have time for you to be trying to come in here and disturb that. Yeah. So I'm glad you're doing well, and I pray that you stay safe over there.
So in the case of Jessica, I think it depends on the dynamic, because what you said can apply to family or friends.
It's true.
So it just depends on how things were left between you and that individual, and how comfortable you feel with revisiting a relationship or just walking away from it. If it's something that you feel like can be fixed, if you're okay with going forth and fixing that relationship, then go for it, But if not, just stick to what you're doing. And like Toya said, protect your peace, girl.
For sure.
When it comes to peace of mind, there's no price on it. So
absolutely.
So, and timing is timing, regardless if it's a pandemic or whatever. The timing's got to be right.
Yeah.
Right.
But the one thing I do know when it comes to forgiveness, what people I think get kind of messed up in their head about, they all automatically think about, okay, this person may have wronged me, and we've had this altercation or whatever it may be.
Right.
So, I forgive you, kind of. In this, I'm telling you that I forgive you, and I'll kind of want you to understand that I'm forgiving. No, forgiveness starts with yourself.
Right.
So, control what you can control.
Right.
So, I can control my reaction to however that altercation went down. I forgive my reaction. I forgive myself. I'm not looking for anything from the other person. So, and that's it. And then when they're in their own place, when they're in that special spot, then by all means, everything may work out. But once you forgive yourself first, then you can move on. Set it free. Cast it free.
Right.
Yeah.
You control the narrative by letting go and saying, I forgive myself first for how I'm feeling this. Because obviously, it's usually something that's holding on. You're holding to some emotion.
Right.
To cause you to feel a certain way. So it's a stress. It's tension there. Let it go. Cast that out. And then and so be it.
Acknowledge that it's there.
Yeah.
And then let it go.
I didn't understand it too. You can forgive without having the buddy relationship.
Yeah.
You can forgive and be at peace with forgiving the person and not even ever really talk to them again. Right. And that's okay too.
Yeah, and that's a great feeling. But I think in the situation with Jessica, I think she should also check her own intentions.
Right.
Of why are you reaching back out to this person?
Is it because you're bored, Jessica?
Right. Or are you really? Is it because you saw something on social media?
And it's what triggered?
Yeah. So what is your real intention? And especially we get bored and. So, you see the guy you used to talk to.
Then you get the texting and inappropriate stuff and getting caught up in something you shouldn't
be caught up in. And it's like,
you being
real quick. It went all the way down in the DM because, you're bored or you don't have anything else to do or you're feeling lonely. So just check the intention.
You can color.
Right.
Coloring, there are adult coloring
or
books.
Go to God and therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to a personal trainer.
Right.
Get some lessons.
Yeah, you can cook. Like there's so many things that you can do other than reaching back out to that person. But we've all been. I know I have.
Been there. You've been there, Jessica. You're not alone.
Yeah, I have. I've sent messages, and when they come back at me full force, and I'm like, "Whoa, I was just playing. I was just joking."
And that's when I hit you up. I hit a Toya sometimes. Be like, "So I did a thing."
Right. So here's the thing.
This is what I did. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and then I'll blame Bree because you went to sleep. If you had stayed up with me, then I wouldn't have been sending no text at 1 a.m. talking about some. I'm thinking about you. Right. I hope all is well with you and you staying safe.
What you doing?
Let's catch up for lunch tomorrow.
Like 1 a.m.
Yeah. Right. And they get mad when they, respond.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, because it's the morning after. You've moved past that moment. And
I didn't went to sleep and slept all of that off.
Right. So now what I do with this? That's what you so what? Okay.
Yeah, so just be mindful of your intentions and
definitely.
Don't spark anything in that other person that you're really not ready for.
Right.
And also don't feel like you have to do that because of everything that's going on and because you feel uncertain about, life in general, that, let me get right with this person and let me apologize to this person. Like, you don't have to do that. So, like Ronald said, let it go. Put it, cast it away, and protect your peace. So.
Right. All right. Our next question. Okay. Oh, I like this. He said, first, I like your show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I like you watching.
All right, I'm Jay from Chester, Virginia.
Okay, CC representative.
And I'm 38 and tired of being single. Like I felt that in this message. Just he said I'm tired.
He's reaching out.
He said he's weary.
Come on now.
He said I'm tired of being single. What should I do to get a date?
That's interesting.
Yeah, Jay, I wish you would have told me a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we need to call.
We need to dig deeper, Jay, in this. But I guess we can come up with some quick tips of what to do to get a date. How's your personal hygiene, Jay?
Well, do you have transportation?
Yes. J-O-D.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to hit you with some bullets, Jay.
Yeah. So
these are the
prerequisites.
Right
yeah, it's tough out here in these streets.
It is.
Because if you don't have those kind of three things, then single is where you want to stay.
And that's where you're going to be, Jay.
Yeah, for sure.
Your personal hygiene, because I actually went on a date with someone. It was a blind date. Well, it wasn't blind. I saw what he looked like. But he was late, and I feel some type of way about tardiness. And then you showed up late, and you've got crud in the corner of your mouth and in your eye.
Check that
so you're late,
car.
and you coming in here with poor personal hygiene.
He was rushing.
And all this cologne, like you just bathed in it. So I'm taking it you didn't wash, and you thought you could do the cover up. But I saw through that. That was transparent.
Yeah.
And I was offended that you didn't even take the time to present yourself better.
Right.
This is your first. This is your
you
first
clearly
time.
had extra time because you were late.
This is your interview.
Right.
You came up in here looking all types of way, smelling like every bit of, what is that, Butte? That's it.
Not musk.
Route 33, old school.
I can't breathe at this point, so we're not going to break bread.
Smelling like you just walked into CVS.
Yeah.
And got some glass.
Right.
And I'm going to douse myself.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's
so, no, we cannot break bread like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my stuff to go, and you're going to go. So that's how that went.
Well, let's just hope that Jay meets those basic.
Yeah, so for argument's sake,
I hope so.
He's passed those
things.
So for argument's sake, check those boxes. What else can Jay do? This is something that Jay, we say we don't want somebody corny. So Jay, are you corny? Can we define corny?
Well, I mean,
it just depends on the person.
Yeah, what one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's true.
So corny to you two may be
cute
for somebody else.
Right. Look at that
and I just
that's nasty.
No, that's
sir, are you nasty, sir?
He didn't do a mirror check. No, I mean, I think you say he's 38.
I think he said 38.
You start you getting into that point now where it's like, I don't know how long he's been single or whatever the case may be, but it's a couple of things there that I see, and I guess it goes. I think it goes for both men and women. You at an age now where you in your pattern. You're in the zone. So even though you don't want to be single, you're totally efficient on taking care of your own responsibility, doing what your daily routine.
Right.
So you really don't need anybody in there to kind of cause a ripple.
Right.
You basically setting your ways. It's so it could be that, and that can be intimidating. Like, oh man, so if I am in relationship, how is this going to change my everyday?
That's true.
Detail. Or it could be if he's had a past as far as a bad experience in a relationship, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And now it's you kind of mentally stuck in that realm, so you won't give anybody else a chance because you automatically think it may be that.
Yeah. So definitely, along with those three, a self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Do a
self-reflection
self-eval
is always
before
good.
to check yourself and any little habits that you may not see as attractive that you You may need to break those habits or work on those things.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
And it could be that that's just what's meant for you.
Yeah.
I think we have to get out of this thought that everybody has to be booed up. Everybody's got to be in a relationship.
Right.
We all go through seasons and times where we are single, and I think that we should actually appreciate those times, because you do have that time for self-reflection, and you do have those times to kind of figure out how to do things for yourself, and maybe that's just where you need to be right now. Nobody says,
not saying it's permanent. You may be tired,
but that's just you just gotta wait out that season. There's nothing that says because you're 38 you have to be in a relationship.
It's not a rule book to this.
Not at all. Not at all. So give it some time. The right one will come along.
Definitely. And
I believe you will know. But I also think we might have somebody for Jay. He's 38, so we got a girlfriend that's in the market. Oh. So
I like the hookup game.
Yeah.
I do. In my heart, I feel like I'm a decent matchmaker.
Okay. That hookup game can be.
It can be dangerous.
It can be dangerous.
A little shaky.
That is.
A little shaky.
It's like you ever lit dynamite with a short fuse. You don't know.
But that's when it comes with a disclosure. Look, this may not work.
Parental advisory sticker.
Yeah.
Right.
It
this
might
may
blow
not
up in your face
work,
immediately.
But I tried.
Right.
That's all you can do.
Okay. And I like it.
That's all you can do.
So good luck with that, Jay.
Good luck, Jay. All right, let's see who else we got. Okay, I'm Tamika. I'm 32 from Petersburg, Virginia. All right, Petersburg. I want to get married. Ooh, girl.
Okay.
But I'm having a hard time meeting someone. Yeah. Or if I meet them, the relationship doesn't last long. Is it me? I think it's a typical question that sometimes females will ask. Is it me? Is it something I'm doing or not doing? Or
it could be you.
Could be.
If you're leading the conversation with "I want to get married," it could be.
Well,
you.
Yeah.
That's scary. I mean, no shade, Tamika, but that's off-putting, to men, right? Like if a woman came up to you and was like, "I want to get married."
Yeah, you typically in the male's perspective, you like, oh, let's pump the brakes a little bit, and that because you want to be on the same page,
right?
You want to be on the same page. I think this whole relationship thing. It's what I've discovered is it's all about being on the same page.
Yeah.
Like the whole
or at least being in the same book, same chapter.
Right. People say opposites attract. I say no, they do not.
I don't fully agree with that.
No, they do not. Opposites attract. If I'm bad with money, and you good with money, then we can come together and then we all right. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It balance out. Yeah. But if I'm an apple and you an orange, only thing we got in common, we fruit. We ain't.
We don't taste the same.
We don't taste the same. Yeah, I'm an orange. You a grapefruit. Orange and lemon, citrus.
That's kind of citrusy.
Now we got some common thread. Because if I know I like to do X, Y, and Z, why would I be with somebody that does not like to do X, Y, and Z?
Right.
That's already a rift. Because what people need to stop doing is trying to change.
Right.
You're not going to change a person.
Right.
So,
right.
So you're attracted to what you already attract.
Sometimes women will go into a relationship with the physical altar in mind, like of getting married, like Tamika. She's already there thinking that. And in doing that, you're thinking also how to alter him, mentally and what to be what you want him to be. You go into with these two altars, and that's not where you should be. It's not, if you're going in already like, oh yeah, I'm going to marry this man. You're not fully giving yourself a chance to get to know him. All you're seeing is the potential of what you want him to be. And you're already considering the stuff that you don't like. You got a list going down of what you're going to alter that as well. If there's something that he wants to change, he needs to do that on his own. Right.
And then the flip side of that is you end up settling for something that you don't want.
Don't even want.
Because you want to get married.
Right.
And so you see all of those things that you don't like or that you don't want, and you try to rationalize how to make them okay so that you can just move on to the marriage part.
So Tamika, girl, pump your brakes.
Again, it's okay.
Simmer down.
Okay.
Simmer down.
The right one will come. And if he doesn't, it's still okay.
Right.
32,
simmer down.
It's no time frame on it. On happiness.
It's not.
There's no time frame on it. So, and all that, even though it doesn't seem like it, but the fun part is the discovery of who you are.
Yeah.
And the one thing I do know, as you get older and you go through, a few relationships, good or bad, you're always learning. And that relationship, you're learning something from that particular moment in time.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad, you either know this is what I do like, these are my must-haves. These are my absolutely deal breakers, or these are the things that they,
negotiable.
Yeah, negotiable. I mean, we're good. If this is happening or this is not happening, I'm fine with that.
Right.
But so you got time. But don't go the big picture is marriage. I get it, but don't go in day one thinking that, because you're gonna probably drive more people away than.
So how honest should you be? Like, okay, going out, your first date with a guy. And you want to be, some people, you want to be transparent and just put it on the wood where it's good. How much should you divulge? Because that could be a turn off.
I don't think you don't fart on the first date.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You keep your belching and your farting probably down to a minimum on the first date. You don't be that transparent. But
you don't want to just get that out the way.
Yeah,
right. Your bodily functions.
But I do think, and it to me, it's all about stages, because as you get older, I do think you have a grasp of what you've accomplished, what you're willing to, put up with, and hopefully as you've had time to kind of self-reflect and kind of know where, like, this is where I may have screwed up in the past. This is what I need to get better at. I know this. And so I do think if you lay some of the basics, bones out there early, then you get to cut down on a lot of the BS, because every relationship has a honeymoon period.
Yeah.
Every relationship does, because nobody wants to offend the other person.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to look bad. In front of the other person. So you're going to be like, I'm going to do whatever I need to make this happen.
Right.
Even if I'm inside miserable, oh man, I would have said this, or I really don't like this.
Yeah.
If you don't like spicy food,
say it.
Just
say it.
Right.
It's okay.
If we go out to dinner, I'm not going to put you over there with all them hot peppers and this, because you already know what's going to happen.
Right. So. Yeah, and I think the other thing, even in being honest about things and where you are, just as you progress in that relationship, you may start to think differently about things.
Right.
Like somebody could ask me today about marriage, and I will tell you, like, I'm not that pressed.
Right.
Now, if I'm involved with somebody and, as the relationship grows, I may feel like, you know what?
Right.
Maybe, I am open.
I'm open to it
now.
Yeah.
And so I think some of those things you revisit, you think about it, and as the relationship grows, but, in this very moment, in the beginning, I'm not, somebody could ask me and I'm just like, that's not necessarily my end goal.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not out here looking for a husband. I'm looking for a companion. I'm looking for just a good person to hang out with. And if, a year later or 2 years later, maybe I'm like, I actually want to commit myself to him in marriage.
Right.
And so it could be different, but the honest answer now, my truth now, may be different down the line.
But,
so even if somebody's honest with you, not necessarily don't hold that against them, but just know that there's some things that may change as they grow and as life happens.
Right.
Some things may change, and so their truths may change.
But I think that, but the fact that if you're honest right out the gate, it's as far as in your communication, there is a peace of mind with, I'll even back it up. Coaching, I've coached women, I've coached men, and the funny thing with coaching guys, and here it is, they're 18 to 22 years old, and it's crazy. Hormones are running rampant. You're in college. I mean, it's craziness.
Lots of temptation.
And I used to just tell the guys, I said, look, just don't lie. And I get it. You want to have this game, and when you're young like that, it's divide and conquer. Alexander the Great. I mean, but what happens is as you move forward in life, you develop these habits where you always trying to run this game. And I'm like, at least put out there what you want, what your expectations may be, this, that, and the other. Because now you giving that other person, that female, male or female, the choice.
Right.
But when you start using a lot of smoke and mirrors and not telling the truths, half truths, what happens is you're actually robbing that person of their choice, because they're building their answers and critiquing you based on the information that they're receiving. So if you already lying, it's gonna be a pothole. It's gonna come out. It's gonna so if you're honest with your expectations and what you're looking for at that particular time, I'm a firm believer you only attract where you're at in that moment in your life.
But here's another question that I have there.
But come on then.
Is can we really handle the truth?
See, and that's hard.
Because especially,
that's hard.
in that age range, even
in that age,
hell, even now, because
the truth,
people are all over the place.
It set people free, but it comes with a price.
Difficult. It's difficult. Like sometimes it's kind of like ignorance really is bliss.
Right.
Like what I don't know,
right,
I'm good,
right,
because I don't know it. But once I know it, then I'm thinking about it, and then it's like, but I really liked him.
Right.
Well, and now this.
Yeah, but I do think as the maturity level, like and speaking for myself, at the maturity level, what happens is you already start knowing, like, okay, I'm already going into an expectation. If I'm meeting somebody, that's in the age demographic of 36 to 50, they've gone through some stuff.
Right.
Right. So I'd be a fool to already think that, this ain't never happened. So it's just certain things, like you said, I don't need to even go down memory lane. I'm like, well, why are we talking about all of this? Because it doesn't affect me from this point on. If we're starting a relationship on July 4th, all I'm concerned about is July 4th, 2020.
So if you found out that the person that you were involved with, say they were very friendly,
right? Friendly like what?
And that she got a body count,
right?
She done racked up some things, that's what they call it, right? The
body
count.
Yeah. Well,
how does that? If she says that,
right?
Then does that make you look at her differently?
Right. Well, I think...
Like, is that something you could really handle? If this woman is sitting in front of you and she's saying, yeah, I got a whole book of men that I've been involved with.
Not a novel of men.
I said a book. I
don't know if it's like War and Peace. I don't know. That
that chick is worn out. She done laid that thing all the way down.
But I'll tell you, I think honestly that's where the maturity comes in. I mean, because realistically, if you're going to be, say, immature about it, there's no right answer. Because you're going to worry yourself crazy. Mm-hmm. Like if, I slept with, 4 people. And she said she slept with, 77 people. You won't. Once again,
you got to catch up.
Yeah. Now you feel in some type of way, like whether I ain't experienced enough, or she was out there, or this, that, and the other. But I'm like, how does that change from July 4th moving forward? What you did prior to me. Hell, it could be the day before. You hopefully ain't the day before, but.
Yeah.
But my point being, because what happens is, as each second passes in the day, you cannot go back and change your past. Only thing you can do is, that experience is use that experience to progress forward. So, you gotta be mature enough to handle that. And I've been in that situation. I mean, somebody was telling me, I'm just like, whoa, like okay. But I said, you don't throw no numbers out there because I don't know if you.
Right.
If you're ready for, numbers that,
but
I don't know who said this podcast.
Right, we're not. But that doesn't, but maybe in their mind, they feel like that's a part of their truth. and you know, you do want to know some background. You do want to know some history,
right. You do want
so you understand the person.
Right.
But if somebody gives you that information, that still has some effect on how you're looking at that person going forward.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I've had in my situation. We just started talking and conversing, and it never flat out came out like, okay, well, what's your body count?
Right.
You know, because I'm like, first of all, I don't even want to know that. You know, I look for triggers now. I'm like, you know what, that is a funny tree. But that tree do remind, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know, but so that's not I think once again it's a level of maturity. Mm-hmm. Because I do think in the age demographic that plays a big part because you know when you're younger, I think that is a thing. For guys, it's macho. It's that double standard. Mm-hmm. You know, it is. And I'm like, if I'm doing the same thing you doing, then we the same. You know, but that takes a certain different type of mindset. You gotta be able to swallow that. Like, you know, you gotta be able to swallow that.
So she said she was a sex addict.
You know, and it's funny. That's a thing. I did not. You know, I didn't know that was the thing till maybe 10 years ago.
Sex addiction.
Yeah, and I met a guy. They were going through therapy and everything.
Yeah.
Crazy to me. Crazy.
But if you were involved, if you were involved with someone, with a woman that says that
I'm a sex addict.
Yes, I like the sex. I like to have it. I need to have it all the time.
Please, sir, can I have some?
And so it's not just, you know, I'm not just going to be intimate with you. I'm going to be,
because I'm an addict,
involved. I have to get this.
Well, then,
I'm chasing this.
But now you broaden the scope now because that's becoming in a particular incident like that. It's like, okay, well, now it's that on my end, what am I willing to put up with?
Right.
On the other end, it's like, okay, if we're trying to have an intimate relationship, now we've crossed the line of respect.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, now if we trying to have something, I just got to be like, okay, we're gonna be in this. You laid this on the line. Now I got to be able to keep up. That means I know if this is what you got to have. If I won't take on this task, then then we got to be getting it like rabbits.
Because those people don't mean anything. It really is just about the sex.
I just need the sex. But
I like you. I love you.
But when you coming back into that, now it's like now you opening up a whole nother. You looking at swing. We can go everywhere with this.
Not on this show.
Okay.
We're not going into that.
But I'm just saying that opens up a whole nother.
It does.
A whole nother spectrum.
Right.
But I think when it comes to that, it's what am I willing to put up with, knowing that this is, how you are, and if this is obviously because this is a diagnosis. Is this something that you're doing to help your addiction?
Right.
Because if you it's like saying I'm sorry. If you keep saying I'm sorry, but then you go on out and keep doing the same thing, then you ain't really damn sorry. And that's the problem with addiction.
Yeah. But how soon is too soon to say something like that? How soon? I mean, because that's.
Do you want to on the first date? Am I coming in the door with? I'm an addict. Well, I'm a sexual addict. I got to have it.
I'm a deviant.
I mean, I'm thinking something of that magnitude probably needs to be more sooner than later.
That's true.
Because once again, now you robbing me of my choice.
Right.
Because I don't, I come home, I'm one who calling y'all.
Oh my Lord.
Oh,
there go that addiction again.
Yeah, that damn addiction.
There she go.
Girl, you taking medicine?
I
ain't trying to have them
getting some medicine.
Yeah.
She coming out.
I'm wondering why I cable out every day.
Right.
I cable. Yeah. Cable not working again. Again this week.
Right.
Right. I had to get some plumbing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think sooner than later. Because once again, it's all about robbing that person of your choice. I mean,
That's true.
And then it's just age demographic. I mean, because that and it's that diagnosis. If you're really concerned about it, then you're going to try to do what you need to do to better yourself.
Right.
If you're really not concerned, if you want to keep feeding that beast, then you probably don't want to be, in a relationship because of all the stress you want to put on,
Yeah,
and if you find a guy that's down with it or a female that's down, but y'all can be, carefully. I've seen people that it works, but I'm just like,
but I've heard people say, I held on to this because I wanted them to get to know me first.
Mm-hmm. But
like I had a guy
that is you though.
Well, I had someone lie to me for several months. Mm-hmm. Into our relationship about the number of children he had.
Oh, how many did he say he had?
1.
Oh, okay. That's easy. But then he had how many?
Multiple.
What's multiple?
He had
what's the body count?
He had I think 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And when I would ask, I'm always asking about the one son because that's what I knew.
Right.
And I would always get like these varying answers. And but other things came up in the relationship as well. But
he had a lying spirit.
That's but at some point, it came out that he had all of these children. And when I asked, like, why wouldn't you share that? Because to me, parenting it's a part of my identity. I can't hide that I'm a mother, and there is no way that I could live with myself with only claiming 1, knowing I have 2.
Right.
And so I'm like, why would you do that? And his response was, I didn't want you to think that I was a bad person. Because he didn't have a real relationship with all of them. And he felt like if he told me how many kids he had, then I would look at him differently. Right. And I'm like, but now you've made it even harder for me because I actually thought you were an okay person.
As a liar.
But you lie about who you are.
And these your kids.
Right. And you're lying about something
that you cannot
hide. You should not be hiding your children.
Right.
And
choice. You robbed you of your choice.
He did. Yeah. He did. And it just but for him, he was rationalizing that I want you to like me and all of these other things that I can do and whatever. And then the children are just
but he liked to make babies.
That's what he likes to do. He good at that.
He good at that.
I like to procreate.
So I know a guy.
Right.
In my spare time. I just want to.
I make jokes.
So when how far along was the relationship before he said, oh, and then there go 5 more? Right.
I think we had gotten maybe to 9 months.
That's almost a full year.
Yeah, he should have sprinkled them kids in, something like that.
That to me is like a basic question. The day that I asked, how many, do you have kids? And you say, yes, I have a son. Yeah, you do have a son, but you also got other. You got daughters, right? You got daughters and other sons.
Right. Stop it. Sir.
So why would you not?
Yeah, because now when it comes out. This information comes out, now it's a whole nother can of worms.
Right.
Yeah. And you're going to feel one way, like, oh, he is a good guy, this, that, and the other, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, like, hold on.
Yeah, you lied on your kids.
Yeah, you lied on your kid.
Right.
And if you lie about how many kids you have.
Right, you lie about
anything. I can see if you said, I'm not really sure. Because I just,
I'm something, girl.
Throw my stuff everywhere.
I'm something out here in the streets.
Yeah, I just sold my oats all over. So I'm not really sure.
Right.
I know for sure I have a son.
Right.
I could have several others. I got one in some possibles.
Right. Like spades.
Like
spades. I got one in some possibles. Right. But you just said you have a son and you left it at that.
And just flatline.
Yeah.
And looking at you.
Yes,
and then you see me. I think why it really frustrated me is you see me in my situation and like some of the issues that I had with my children's father, and you trying to come in here thinking you're gonna be somebody's stepdad or you're gonna step in and play this father figure role.
And you won't even.
My dude, you got
Right.
You can't even afford to be here right now.
Right. Yeah,
you have a team.
You can't even afford to be here.
Exactly.
The money that you use to put gas to come up here and see me, and you go
out.
Be
ashamed of yourself.
You some socks or something.
Something. You should be ashamed.
That's a couple of Happy Meals, my dude.
Right.
It really kind of. Again, there were other things in the relationship that also made me give him the side eye. But then when this finally came out, because it came out like he was frustrated with me because I think I was asking, like, why don't you ever talk about the son?
Right.
And then he just starts blurting out all of this. And I'm like, whoa, what?
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about it. We're going to be talking all day. You got to go through all these people.
Right.
Right.
So, that whole, I want you to like me before I want to see if you really like me, to see if you can handle me,
but you need
handle
to
this.
You need to put it all out there, because if you sprinkling, you rationing, that's basic information.
Right.
To me, that's
that's not dealing with like you dealing with like, say, physical intimacy.
Right.
Well, today we gonna do this. Next week we might do this. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I can see that. We'll play that game. I'm putting my card on the ticket. I'm looking for a return visit.
Okay. Well,
put your cards on the table today.
You better say so. Put it on the wood where it's good. That's what Mima said. Yeah. Put it on the wood.
Put your stamp.
Yeah.
But something that's basic. I couldn't fathom not claiming. My daughter.
That's crazy.
That's
makes no sense.
Crazy.
That's because now, once again, you asking me to make a decision on half the information that you get.
And I can't do this with this. Right. Now that you bringing all of this into the equation, I'm not sure I want to commit to this.
Right.
Right. But I like you though, so it makes it difficult.
So
but I think I think that's what that's why. Yeah. Like I wanna shower you with all of this goodness in me, and then that way when I tell you this bad thing.
But it didn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Right. Yeah, it's not a bad
thing. You have 10, 15 kids.
I mean,
no, I'm playing.
That ain't a great thing.
I'm not saying it's great that you're out here populating the world all by yourself.
Right.
Be honest so that we can save some time here. Let me know if this is something I want to do or don't do.
So how soon? What about something like that you've been to jail?
Oh, that thought.
All right, well, it is getting juicy in here, but I just wanted to make sure that we help out Jessica, Jay, and Tamika so we can do with some closing zingers. I think as far as Tamika and wanting to get married ASAP, and wondering if it's her that's the issue when she's going out and this, that, and the other. I think we just make sure we just be careful to not lose ourselves in trying to be so attractive to someone else. Make sure you're you, and be the authentic you. So they have the opportunity to choose actually you and not who they think you are.
That thing's developed.
Right. Yeah.
Enjoy the moment. It's just the process. Enjoy the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Day to day. Just enjoy the moment. Because at the end of the day, if you enjoy Monday, you live in the Monday space, and then Tuesday comes and you enjoy that. Before you know it, by the end of the week, you had a great week. But if you're already thinking, summer 2022, you missing the boat on what's happening right in front of you.
Yeah, that's so true. Live in the moment.
That's a good word.
That's a good word. That is. All right.
And then Jessie.
No.
Oh.
We didn't have a Jessie, but we did have a J.
Jessica.
Jessica. And Jay.
Jessica and Jay. See, I was.
You was there.
I was there.
You was there.
Jay, Jessica.
We there.
Yeah. So with Jessica, just remember to think about what your intention is and reaching out, whether it's to your family member or to a former friend.
Yeah.
Just be intentional and make sure that that's really what you want.
Yeah.
And forgive yourself first.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on forgiving them, forgive yourself. Put yourself at
or
ease.
them forgiving you.
Right. Put yourself at ease. things.
Yeah.
Because they may not be where you're at that time. So you can't expect them. Control what you can control.
Right.
And that's just how you react to things.
And Jay is, the word for him is to be okay in your singleness.
Yeah. Hang on in there, Jay.
Right.
Be okay in your singleness. When the time is right for you to find somebody, you will. But for now, reflect on yourself and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, take a pause for the cause.
Yeah, and enjoy being single, because what happens is you get into this relationship and you're going to miss all of the good times you could have as a single person. So enjoy being single.
And watch the energy that you put out, because you only attract what you put out.
That's true.
So if you're worried about this and you're down in the down, so even if you're depressed about it, that's the energy that you're putting out.
Yeah.
So you don't want to attract that back.
Right.
You don't
so
enjoy life, live.
Yeah.
And you'll be all right. Trust me, somebody's noticing it. Somebody's noticing who you are.
Yeah.
So it'll all come together.
Well, here's the thing. We have had a great time talking to Ronald. Thank you very much, Ronald.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Come back anytime.
Yeah.
Remember to follow So Here's the Thing. So.here's.the.thing 804 on Instagram. Make sure that you hit the like and follow button on YouTube so that you can see everything that we have going on.
Right.
Stay safe, stay hydrated, wear your mask, and wash your hands.
Please wash your hands. Don't be nasty like that guy I went on a date with. Please. Please. Until next time. Bye.